Today, tensions in Eastern Europe have risen once again after official reports from Tallinn confirmed that Russian fighter jets violated Estonian airspace, a NATO member state directly bordering Russia. This violation occurred amid the ongoing war in Ukraine, adding to the long list of military incidents threatening regional stability. According to the Estonian Ministry of Defense, a Russian Su-35 fighter jet was detected entering Estonian airspace without authorization and with its transponder switched off. The jet remained in Estonian skies for several minutes before finally being intercepted by NATO air patrols conducting surveillance missions over the Baltic. The incident immediately triggered strong reactions both from Tallinn and from NATO headquarters in Brussels. NATO described the violation as a provocative act that endangers the security of the entire alliance. Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg stressed that any violation of a member state's airspace would be treated as a serious threat. He also added that NATO fighter jets stationed at Ämari Air Base in Estonia scrambled immediately to intercept the Russian aircraft. Moscow, however, offered a different explanation. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that their aircraft was conducting a routine flight over international waters and denied crossing into Estonian territory. Yet, this statement was received with skepticism, as Russia has a long history of provocative aerial maneuvers that have raised concerns in the Baltic states. This latest incident comes at a highly sensitive time. Ukraine continues to face heavy Russian offensives across multiple fronts, particularly in Donetsk and Kharkiv. Western analysts argue that the airspace violation in Estonia is part of Moscow's broader strategy to increase pressure not only on Ukraine's battlefield but also directly on NATO's eastern flank. The Estonian government reacted strongly by summoning the Russian ambassador to provide an official explanation. Tallinn emphasized that any violation of its airspace constitutes a breach of sovereignty that cannot be tolerated. Prime Minister Kaja Kallas declared in her official statement that Estonia will not remain silent and will continue to work closely with NATO to guarantee security in the Baltic region. Analysts underline that this violation is not an isolated event. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, the Baltic states have reported a sharp increase in Russian military activity near their borders, ranging from large-scale exercises and naval patrols to the movement of missile systems, further fueling regional anxiety. Meanwhile, at NATO headquarters, senior military officials are now reviewing the possibility of reinforcing the Baltic air policing mission. Several member states, including Germany, the United Kingdom, and France, are reportedly ready to deploy additional fighter jets to the region. This step is intended to demonstrate that NATO will not falter in the face of Russian provocations. The growing tensions also send a strong signal to Ukraine that the West remains committed to supporting its defense. Although NATO's primary focus is the security of its own members, the incident in Estonia highlights how the Russia-Ukraine conflict has broader consequences and could pull the region deeper into instability. Many observers warn that the more frequent such incidents become, the higher the risk of miscalculation, one that could trigger a direct escalation between Russia and NATO. With diplomatic relations already severely strained, a single wrong move could prove fatal, igniting a conflict far larger than the war currently unfolding in Ukraine. Today, the world is reminded once again that the war in Ukraine is not an isolated conflict. Its impact spreads across Europe, and even the smallest violation could become the spark of a much larger crisis. The pressing question now is, can NATO and Russia exercise restraint, or will Europe soon witness a new chapter in an already intensifying Cold War?